Hello. Welcome to Two Broken Thumbs. I'm James. I do this. This is the thing where we talk about this stuff. I'm here with my co-host Cole. Cole, say hi.
Hello, everybody. Good to be back. James, I'm very happy you brought me back after last time. I
Yeah.
it was
Cole's our longest running guest here on Two Broken Thumbs. He's been around for every episode, and we're glad to invite him back again.
I haven't missed
Consistent
one.
results with this guy.
I
Yep.
really don't do anything else in my life, so this is a good change of pace for me.
It's true. This is the one thing. Like, we let him out of his room for this, and then he goes back in for the next month, and then, then
It's
rinse, repeat.
That's absolutely true. And speaking of okay, that was. Speaking of guests, today we have a guest with us. Everyone say hello to Bowler.
Yo, what's up, guys? Bowler, SF2 professional player. Well, no, a YouTuber, but
How you do?
what's
both?
up, everybody? I do a little bit of both. I try and be good, but
you
I'm
mostly-
more of a YouTuber guy. Yeah.
Yeah, you mostly run tournaments and do YouTube content.
Yeah.
You recently well, not recently, it's been a couple months, but you made a long video about the Super Smash Flash 2 competitive scene, which is
Yep.
really good. And is that your most viewed video?
No, but it's definitely up there. It's in, like the
Yeah.
top 10 probably. I mean, it did very well.
It did
I was
super
happy with
well.
it. Especially for a long form content, like getting people to watch like an hour of anything, just it takes a lot.
Oh,
But-
it's my bread and butter of YouTube. I watched the Lion King review that someone did for 2 hours.
Have you seen? Someone made like an iCarly one that's like 9 hours long. Or
Yeah,
something.
well, I watched the Victorious one he made.
That's what I
which-
meant. Yeah, one of those ones.
Yeah,
It's
he did
crazy.
Victorious for 5 hours.
Oh, that was Quentin, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Quentin. Yeah.
That's awesome, honestly.
Did you watch
I
it?
mean, no, I haven't seen it. I just seen it recommended.
It is a rabbit hole that keeps going. It is like the stuff that he points out about the show. Once you think about it, is really fucked up. One of my favorite details he pointed out was when the cast finally turned 18, they did a special winter episode where all of the cast members were shaking their rear ends and wearing lingerie on set.
Whoa, that's
The
crazy.
moment, yeah, it's really gross. And he pointed out it's very strange that they were building up to when they turned 18 for this exact moment. And ever since
Yeah,
that moment,
that is strange.
it's so weird. It's so weird. But
Damn, it's like the dark side of Victoria. It's like you don't even realize until after.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
absolutely. But no, I was gonna say, I think my favorite part from the documentary you had made,
Yeah.
was talking about. I want to say it was Keone. There's the Pac-Man player who.
Oh, Kias. Yeah.
Kyos. I am so livid that happened. I played Pac-Man
Yeah.
on Anther's Ladder, and I can't remember how many people got pissed off by the Pac-Man glitch. And
Yep.
just it was a magical time. It was truly a magical time to
Oh, yeah.
play that game during.
I mean, it was
that time.
crazy being the tournament host because like no one realized the glitch existed. So mid tournament, everybody's DMing me like, "You gotta ban this glitch. You gotta DQ him." But like, I didn't even know what the glitch did. I'd never seen it before.
Would you like to explain the glitch, James? You know
Sure.
what we're talking about?
The Pac-Man glitch?
Yeah.
No.
Basically, in Super Smash Bros. 2, it's a Smash Bros. Fan game. Pac-Man has a glitch where his key, it's the strongest projectile, can be sort of like attached to him as an active hitbox, which basically turns Pac-Man into like a cannonball. If he walks into you, you get hit by the key. Very, very broken glitch. He becomes like just a walking death box. And no one had known about it until suddenly mid-tournament he pulled it out and started beating everybody. It was crazy.
It was like the equivalent of somebody pulling out like an ace card out of their sleeve, and then everybody's seeing it
Yeah.
happen, but the tournament organizer's just like, "What are you talking about? What happened?"
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was fucked.
Was it like something that pretty much no one knew about
No.
before
Yeah.
the tournament got started?
Yeah, he was like the discoverer, like the person who discovered it.
And-
A few
Gotcha.
people had heard about it, but not really seen it, and it was just like it blew everybody's mind.
It was talked about in whispers, and it's hard. It wasn't even that hard to set up. It was just like
Yeah.
you had to throw the key into your recovery, and then grab it. That's it.
And then grab it when it falls out of the trampoline. Exactly.
It's really not a hard thing to do. Anyone could do
Oh
it
yeah.
with enough practice.
Once you know it, it's super easy to get. It's just finding it's like why would you ever like throw the key? You know what I mean, it's kind of weird, but
Yeah,
it's very broken.
It's very weird. It's very broken. But we do appreciate having you on, And
Yep, I'm glad to be here.
I have to ask you a question. What's your stance on Sonic?
In general or the movie?
In general. Well, this is a build up to the movie. This is how we
Here's
transition
the thing.
to talking about the movie.
This might give me some hate. I was not really a Sonic fan as a kid. I didn't really like the games that much.
Really?
Yeah, I was not that big of a fan. But I gave it another try when Sonic Mania came out, and I loved it. I thought it was so good.
Oh, absolutely.
Sonic Mania changed my mind on Sonic as a franchise, because up until that point, I was not a huge Sonic fan. I liked the racing one, the Sonic Riders. I played that on the PlayStation.
Sonic,
and I liked the
dude.
I liked Sonic Riders.
Really?
But the OG games, I remember playing. I played like Sonic and Knuckles. I played the one on the Xbox. I don't remember what it's called.
Sonic 06.
It has like silver in it. Yeah, I played the one with silver. I thought it was okay. I just didn't. I don't know. It wasn't for me.
I personally loved Sonic because that's like one of my first games I had. I had the
Yeah.
Game Boy Advance version of Sonic the Hedgehog, and the next one I got was Sonic the Hedgehog for the 2006 edition. And like I grew up on those games. They're both terrible once I've gone back to play them, but I still enjoyed them as a kid. And I think, James, have you ever played any Sonic stuff?
Not really. There was definitely when I was little a Flash game for Sonic that I played through a few times.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
It was just like a browser-based.
I played the
That's
browser-based
something
one. Yeah,
There's a bunch of them, aren't there? Like
there are
Probably.
There's one I'm thinking of. I can't remember the name though.
is it Sonic Advance Flash or something like that?
It definitely seems to like
Yeah.
along that line. Yeah.
That is also a name I would generate for the game.
Fair enough. Well, I'm asking you all because I'm a big fan of Sonic. I've always been a big fan.
Like a super fan.
Yeah.
Like, do you
I
do you ever
was,
read the comics or not?
Yeah, I was about to get to that. I was about to get to that. I learned that they had Sonic comics, and I started reading them like through all the old issues. And this is not what this episode's about. I could make a whole episode about every fucked up thing in the comics. But I was a big fan of Sonic as a whole. And that's perfect for this, because we're going to be talking about both of the movies. Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2. And I kind of assumed if we had someone who wasn't a fan of Sonic and then someone who knew very little about Sonic, it would work out perfectly.
Yeah. May I ask you a question?
Go for it.
Who's your favorite Sonic character? I'm just curious.
Oh,
I fucking
James, you take this one first, and I'll go.
I like Sonic.
well, yeah. I mean,
That's
a good
cheating.
answer. It's a good answer.
How is that cheating?
God, I think my favorite Sonic character is what's his name? Hold on. I guess it doesn't count if I don't remember his name. But no, not.
You're outing yourself as a fake fan.
No. There's a specific character.
Chameleon?
No, he's good. That's Espio.
I like Espio. He's cool. Not my favorite though.
He's pretty cool. No, yeah, there he is. Snively. Snively's my favorite Sonic character. And he is specifically from the comics, and he's just like Eggman's like family member, who's just like really short and like with a receding hairline. And his whole character is that he's just
Is that what we're calling it?
he's just Eggman, but like somehow more of an incel. Like, it's really weird. And
He reminds me of Mini-Me from
literally, that's what he is.
Austin Powers.
He's such a stupid fucking character, but I love him so much because he gets so much like comic time for no reason. But we're talking about like within the universe itself. I think probably Blaze. I like her character a lot.
Oh, that's a good choice.
I like the concept of her character a lot, and I enjoyed the Rush games, and she was a lot of fun to play as.
I like the robot Omega. You know him? It's like the evil robot. Yeah, I like him.
That's pretty good.
I like a lot of the evil characters. I like Shadow. I like Omega. I like Rogue. Or Rouge. I like all the evil characters. Is Silver evil? I don't even know.
Misguided.
Okay, 'cause I like Silver too.
Yeah,
I like all the
argue that he's
villains.
Misguided. I like Eggman too. I think they're all very, very
Eggman's
fun.
dope.
They're a little like over the top, but I think they're good in their.
I like the way they did we'll talk about it more in the movie, but I like the way they interpreted Eggman for the movie a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's way more interesting than in the games, from my opinion.
Yeah, I would 100% agree, and we can talk about that once we start talking about the film itself. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead and jump into it. So in Sonic 1, we start the film off with like showing like baby Sonic running around in Green Hill, which like kind of, so when they showed the trailers originally, they didn't really show Green Hill or anything like that, so it kind of threw me off. But when we were there, it started playing like the Telops theme or the Telops remix of Green Hill, which was it Telops or was it who was it?
I have no idea.
There was a band that did the Sonic Mania music for the intro or for the trailer for it.
I've heard the song so many times on YouTube, but I don't know.
Oh god. Oh, Hyper Potions.
Hyper Potion, yeah.
Yeah, they started playing that version and it kind of threw me off. It's when I kind of realized at that moment that this was going to be absolutely filled to the brim with references.
Yeah.
And I guess the question I have here is that a bad thing to have within this film?
I feel like, well, okay, not to jump the gun too much. In the second one, I think there's a lot more, which honestly makes a lot more sense because there's probably more Sonic, not only diehard Sonic fans, people like more familiar with Sonic. In the first one, I actually think they didn't do too many references. Like in the middle of the movie, it's not really that much of a Sonic movie. It's just Sonic in a movie, if that makes sense. Whereas the second one feels more like a Sonic movie. It's about like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles. The first one's just like Sonic, Eggman, and a bunch of human characters just interacting with the world. And I think the references were fine. They weren't that present in the first one, in my opinion.
Well, like the big one, so when we start, like Sonic has to like escape from where he lives and goes to Earth, and Longclaw has to sends him there and yada yada yada.
Is Longclaw from the comics? I've never seen that character.
No, she is not.
Okay.
I still don't know. I think Longclaw was just created for the movie.
Okay, original, yeah, that makes sense.
But I really, well, it doesn't help if you look up Longclaw. They just pull up a sword. That doesn't really help. Yeah, no.
Yay!
Yeah.
Do you know things about the Longclaw sword, James?
That's from Game of Thrones.
Is it really?
It is.
I never myself yet to watch it. Yeah, she's just from the film. Like
That's okay.
She's an original character from the film, which is weird because, I mean, it might be a Ken Penders situation, but we could talk about that later. But it was just kind of weird that it's just like he canonically does have parents, but they just don't have his parents be hedgehogs for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets sent to Earth, and then he lives in Green Hills, which is not the same as Green Hill, but it's really stupid. And
Yeah,
weird.
different Green Hill.
Different.
I liked it. I thought it was cool.
It's a clever enough reference without it being
That's
the same
a
thing.
nice little nod.
Yeah.
But there was the one reference of Sonic they had, where like the old man's trying to find Sonic because he's like, "There's a blue demon in the woods. I've seen him." And they pull out the Sonic drawing. I think that was very good. I like that a lot.
Oh yeah, that character was funny. Actually, I love the intro. The first like 20 minutes are so good. Where it's like it's just they're setting up all the characters and setting up how like Sonic he just messes with people basically and just lives alone in the woods. It was funny.
It's also kind of weird because like at several points he's just talking to himself, and then we never go back to the fact that he might be clinically insane ever in these films.
I mean, how long do you think he's been alone? Probably like a decade at least. Like he was a child when he left.
Yeah,
he looks a lot older, so he's been very lonely, I imagine.
Yeah, but it's just like it's one of those things. Like it's just like there's literally a scene where he's in a psychiatrist's office.
Yeah,
he's
true.
Talking to himself.
I love that scene.
I completely forgot that happened, and then when I rewatched it a few nights ago, I was like, "Oh, this feels fucking weird."
Yeah.
He's like doing an accent and everything. He's like, "So why do you feel this way?" So weird. But like, yeah, the way that it sets up the world and everything, I think, is a good start for the film. And oh, yeah, that's right. There's a comic for. I was looking at something. There's a comic for the Sonic movie. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, the whole setting up the plot and everything is a very good start, especially with the explosion of the. I don't know what's with the electricity because Sonic doesn't do that.
Yeah,
It's something they keep bringing back. I don't know why.
they did give him sort of electricity powers. Like when he does like the blackout, when he's running around the field, he like does like an electricity pulse of some sort.
Is it just because he was going so fast, or
I
like?
don't know. I mean, it was blue, like it was like a power almost. Like he has an electrical like burst you can do. I don't know.
But they like he never does anything else. Like only I don't know, I guess it's spoilers, but only someone else does something with that later on. Which
Skill he hasn't unlocked yet. Just accidentally set it off.
it's
Hmm,
possible.
yeah.
It's possible. That's you might got something. You might have something there, James. I'm trying to. I have it written down. Go ahead, James.
Well, it's not like in the games or anything, so I just took it as we need a way to set off our plot. Let's just
like a plot
make
device.
something up here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you think, because I know there's a whole redesign thing, I don't really want to talk about it too much, but you think they reworked some of the story as well after the complaints?
I don't know. Maybe some of the
I don't
scenes are the
know.
same. I think they took it in a different direction after the first one. Like the way the first movie plays out is a lot different than the second one.
Oh yeah, well, because the first one's a lot like the usual like animated characters in the human
Exactly.
world plots.
Yeah. The first one plays off like it's not like a series, like it's gonna be like a one-off movie. But the sequel is more like this is like
Establishing
a Sonic. Yeah, like it's like
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't feel like it's just like a one-off movie.
I assume they didn't really plan on doing
Definitely. Yeah.
a sequel, and they just like left the opportunity open if it was successful.
Was
Well,
successful,
besides,
yeah.
I was gonna say,
And then it was.
besides the Resident Evil movies, I really can't think of another like video game franchise that has like made sequels. I guess there was Silent Hill too, but I guess it doesn't even count.
Yeah.
'Cause I think genuinely people had agreed at this point that like superhero or not superhero, sorry, those make money. Those don't stop.
Video game
making money.
movies.
Yeah, video game movies don't really do very well.
There was not a movie, but there's a TV show for League of Legends. I don't know if you saw it. Called
Oh,
Arcane. That
no.
did really good.
Oh, here we go.
Have you seen it or not?
James,
I've seen it.
I thought it was really good.
Arcane is a wonderful series.
I love Arcane.
I've yet to watch it because I'm going to use it as an excuse not to watch One Piece.
Yeah, Arcane's one of the
Arcane
few
only
video
buys
game-
you like 9 hours.
That's enough.
Yeah,
That's enough for me.
It's a great adaptation of like video
And a
game lore. I loved it.
Delightful 9 hours it is.
So does Arcane? Because I remember hearing that the plots and lore that they had set up is not official anymore. And they're like,
Yeah, that's the weird. The League of
that-
Legends lore is really weird because like certain things are canon and certain things like get retconned like very quickly. So like I don't really know. I consider it canon, but I'm sure like officially it's probably not. I don't know.
We don't need to get too far into this. Essentially, League of Legends lore has been rewritten
Yeah.
plenty of times,
Okay.
and there is some very good stuff amongst some much less good stuff.
The only reason
But,
I'm interested in seeing like where League goes is because there's that fighting game they're making, and I'm really
True.
excited to see where
That's gonna
that
be hype.
goes. It looks really well done. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels that way. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Which I think was a good decision. Yeah. I think it makes a lot more sense. It was kind of confusing beforehand with the summoners.
Well, like a lot of games do that where it's just like, and you, the player, are interacting with these characters, which
Yeah.
it works in some cases. Like it works really well in Earthbound and Off, but like I don't see how it would work in a game like fucking League. I don't
Yeah.
I don't really see what that would add to the gameplay or the story.
Yeah, there's not many video game adaptations that are good. That's one of the few ones that I really liked.
Well, because like,
Oh,
you-
really? Oh,
Oh,
I
I
remember that.
completely forgot about that. I could.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Hmm.
I was surprised they didn't make a sequel. I mean, I've never seen it. I don't know if it's good or not.
Oh, so I'm not a big Pokemon guy, so I've yet to see it. But from the people that are my friends that do like Pokemon, they said it was very well done, and it is based off. It's not based off the main game series. It's based off a spin-off game that's for like the DS. Which,
True.
that's what threw me off the most. Like, if you're gonna make a Pokemon movie in real life, why would you do like a throwaway, like offhand DS port version of the game? That feels really weird. Why'd you just use Phoenix Wright? Why'd you not just do that instead? He's right there.
Yeah. Coexisting, yeah.
It. Well, that's the interesting thing. Yeah, I was about to say that's the interesting thing about video game movies is that if you try to base it off of the game, like if you try to like copy the game to the formula of a movie, it won't work because
Yeah. Yeah. I'm interested in the Mario movie, how they're going to do that. Like, if they're going to be, like, in the Mario world or, like, in, like, a normal world. I don't know. It's going to be weird.
Actually, fun fact, the original Super Mario World movie was going to be in the Mario world, but as they continued to rewrite and redirect how the film was being directed and how it's going to be written, it just ended up falling apart and becoming like that weird, in-between, really fucked up Mario movie.
Yeah.
Like, at one point, there was going to be a scene where the idea was that Mario and Luigi were plumbers that worked at the Twin Towers.
Whoa.
And they find themselves trying to get to the top of the tower to stop Donkey Kong. And at one point, Mario and Luigi go into a vent, and they go left. And when they go left, they see who's the guy from God, what's the movie called? He's trapped in a tall building with his it's a Christmas movie. Fuck. How can I forget this? Yeah, he sees the actor from Die Hard sitting in the bathroom taking glass out of his feet, and he just roughly turns to him and goes, "Wrong pipe," and then they go back out, and like that's the only surviving record of that film's writing. Is that there's just a random cameo of a rated R movie in a kids movie.
Wow, that's funny.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I feel like sometimes they'll just put in references into something just for the sake of it if they don't know how to actually write something.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It really does. Clap at thing you recognize, absolutely. But he. Mm-hmm. And that's
Yeah.
that's the key thing I think Sonic 1 does super well, because we really shouldn't we really don't need to touch too much on the plot because not a lot really.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, we can like skim through it, but I feel like the important thing to point out is that like the Sonic One movie is a good movie just in general. It's made for both fans, for people who don't really understand it, and for like parents who are just taking their kids to see it. But I still think it was missing something important. You know, there was missing, I guess in a sense, a lesson. That,
Yeah,
like,
sure.
So like the first like the big thing with the first one is about like how sometimes moving is not the best, I guess. Like so at some point, Eggman like finds out about Sonic, starts hunting him down, and our main male character James Marsden has to take Sonic all the way to Seattle because he dropped his coins in Seattle. Which I how do you think
I think it was San Francisco.
Was it San Francisco?
He goes to Seattle in the second one, I think. Pretty sure. Because it's like I know in the promotion they had him on like the bridge, like the.
Yeah, you're right. My bad. It was San Francisco. Did I say Seattle?
Because Seattle's in the second movie, the opening scene where they're it's like the Blue Justice. That's in Seattle.
Yeah. I thought it was the same city for some reason. I don't know. I get my cities confused.
That's fair. They're also both West Coast.
True. That is big true. They both start with S. But I was going to ask, what did you think of the ring situation? Because I think that was like the biggest weird one they did.
That was like a new thing. Like the rings are like teleportation devices.
So to give you a bit of catch up, James, at the oh my god, I think I just connected it. So at the end of a Sonic level in the original series, when you beat a level with a certain amount of points, if you jump up high enough, you can go into a ring to go to a bonus stage. I think they combined that gimmick with just coins in general. Because, like, you still need to collect coins to survive. I think that's what they were trying to go for that whole time. That's really weird. I don't know why I just thought of that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was interesting the way they did the rings.
It's just like, I think they needed something to have the plot move forward, and this is just like the thing that they could think of.
Easy to get the rings.
Yeah.
Also made for a really cool scene at the end of the movie where they're going through the rings while fighting.
Yeah,
he's like running away. Yeah.
The final fight. Oh yeah, the movie started with them like doing like that. Wow, I bet you're wondering how I got here. Why don't we go back in time and find out? Which is so like fucking bad and cliche. When I first saw that in theater, I'm like, oh, this is gonna suck. This is gonna suck. Oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah, they Tom and Sonic are like driving around, trying to get to wherever they need to go, and Jim Carrey as Eggman is like following him behind. And
yeah. By the way, he's great. I think he's I think it's the best actor in the first one. He's just amazing.
I think
you didn't like him? I loved him.
I like him. I think I do like him. I think he's great in this one. I'll say that. I think he's great in this film. He has some weird lines that make me feel uncomfortable. There's a lot of like mentions of him not being breastfed.
Oh yeah.
And like it's a little weird for those lines to be in this movie to me. It's just like this doesn't sound right. I feel weird hearing Jim Carrey saying that, aren't you proud for having a mom or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I think overall
I think his energy was perfect for like a mad scientist type.
Mad, crazy, full of himself.
And not too like dark or sinister, like kind of like a goofy, but also still menacing.
Well, because that's how Eggman always was at the start. He wasn't.
Yeah.
Like, Eggman, as time has gone on in the games, have become like more vile and evil. But he's a fucking guy the shape of a fucking egg. Like, he was always meant to be cartoony. You cannot make him a serious character. He's
Yeah.
just like an antagonist force against Sonic. That's literally all he's ever been. You can't make him more serious. So the way they did him is fine with me. And I'm not even upset that he isn't fat yet. I think the big thing for me is that as long as he's got that like, comedic energy, I think it worked.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was great.
Mm-hmm.
It reminded me of the TV show, Sonic Boom's TV show, where Eggman does a lot of like comic relief instead of just being like the main villain.
Yeah, I remember there's a lot of scenes where like Eggman just hanging out with Sonic and they're just doing stuff together. And it's not like Eggman's being evil in the situation. He's not
There
trying
was a
to do
similar vibe in the movies.
Yeah, it was more. It became more and more like Sonic was becoming a pain in his side as time went on, which I do appreciate. The best way I put it is the first Sonic movie feels more like an origin for how Eggman begins to spiral even more than he already has.
Because he is very different in the second one. Like there's like a vibe change because he gets a little more like
because he's
mentally unstable.
Yeah, well, we'll get to the ending. We'll talk about that. Oh, and then he has Dr. Stone, who does not exist in... He's just like Clon Claw, where he's added to the movies.
Did you say Dr. Stone? I think it's Agent Stone, because Dr. Stone is the... Yeah, it's the anime. You ever seen Dr. Stone?
I have not seen Dr. Stone.
It's an anime, right? Yeah. It's a pretty good anime.
I've heard good things about... Oh, yeah, that's... Yeah, totally different guy. That's not who I meant. Yeah, Agent Stone, yeah. And, I wanted to bring this up, because I think it's funny. Have either of you looked at the actor's Twitter account for Agent Stone?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so he retweets, and I'm not joking here, he retweets gay fan art of him and Dr. Eggman. Like, all the time. It's so funny to me. Hold on. I gotta go pull it up. But it is one of the sweetest things where he'll just, like, find someone's art, quote retweeting saying, "This is sweet." And I'm like, come on, dude.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh God, how do I find his? Okay, his name is. I have the IMDb here.
It's Lee.
Madobe. Hey, James, do you want to take this one? I don't want to. I'd rather you get canceled.
Lee Madobe. I don't know.
Yeah, good luck with that one, bud. I think it's Lee Madobe. Yeah, I gotta go find. There's one in specific that I wanted to grab. It wouldn't be media. Oh, he's in Star Wars.
Is he?
How could this be? Dream of playing an older Ezra Bridger. Is a photo of him posing in Star Wars. He looks pretty good in it. Oh, let me post it in here. Yeah. I'm trying to find the specific tweet I'm looking for. There's him kissing Knuckles. But no, he retweets a lot of art people make of him's character, and it's very genuine and sweet. He seems like a great guy overall. He's a great actor too.
Yeah, he seemed like he liked the role. Yeah, he was very into it.
I mean, both him and Jim Carrey seem to be really into it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was great.
Oh, I'm not looking at his fucking profile. I'm stupid. Hold on. There we go. Thank you. Trying to find specific. There's a specific one I'm looking for. But James, you want to take over while I look for it? We left off talking about them in the driving situation.
Yeah, they're on their way towards the city, trying to get the rings back. Yeah, I mean, it was good scenes. It's a little slow, I think. Like, not a lot happens, but it's a good bonding time between Tom and Sonic. Which, honestly, I didn't think I'd like the human characters that much, but I do actually kind of like Tom. I think he was interesting. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I also liked, because the beginning of the movie kind of had him realizing that he can go to Seattle. And I distinctly remember writing down that there was the scene where his girlfriend brings out a cake that says "fuck that city" or something like that. And
oh yeah.
It was so good I had to write down. Yeah, I had to write down for in my notes that James laughed at a visual gag or liked the visual gag. It was very well done and very well shot. I like that a lot. By the way, I did find it, and there's a lot more than I thought. Holy shit! This one's my favorite that he retweeted, which is literally just someone making an anime version of Dr. Robotnik. Funny. Yeah, and him being like, ah! I think this one though is the best, that someone made Agent Stone as if he was in the Sonic universe, and it's a pretty cool design, like for the Sonic CD.
Oh
yeah, it's a very fun cool. Yeah, where he's just like his assistant that gives him coffee, which is very good. But yeah, they kind of like have to drive away and try to escape. There's like a fight scene, and Sonic gets upset for no reason because he's like, "Oh, you want to leave Green Hills? Why would you do that?"
That was a weird scene.
Well, they were trying to establish like a relationship between the characters.
Yeah, I understand why, but it was just like it felt like he was overreacting. But I guess honestly, it's part of a Sonic's character. He's a little bit more childish, but he was like overreacting a lot based on the information. Like it was like not that big of a deal, I think, that he was moving to a different city. But sort of like the main message, I guess, was about like, you know, home and like running and leaving. You know, Sonic had been running the whole time. There's like, you know what?
He literally had to
stay.
He had to run from home. Yeah, that's like the whole idea is that he had to run from home. He had no choice, so he's getting upset that Tom was just like, "Oh no, I'm just gonna leave."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand that.
I think the right answer kind of gets revealed by the end, which is good. But it's one of those things I think we could take or leave in the movie, but it's there for there to be a movie. Absolutely. The only thing I could see them really doing would if they try to like rewrite anything like this, they can't really have Sonic do Sonic things while he's with Tom. Because, like, Tom, he's still a human, and he's still trapped, and, like, by circumstances, he can't do certain things.
Yeah.
So they can't just, like, make references and, like, not make references, but, like, have him be in certain levels, per se, like they do in the second movie. It's just kind of like, oh, he has to be stuck with this human, so we're just going to car ride them. And it's funny, too, that this is the second movie where this actor has been in a car with an animated animal. I think that's very funny to me.
Yeah, I'd seen the image on Twitter, I think.
It was him. It was also in Hop, which was not nearly as good.
Yeah. Also, I just wanted to say, there's that one scene where like they're at like the bar and then Sonic like freezes time almost. Basically, he's going so fast. That is so like insanely powerful. And it just made, like, in comparison, it makes, like, every threat seem like, damn, Sonic could just, like, solve any issue by going that fast, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, wow, why didn't you do that? Yeah. Why doesn't he do that when, like, the car is chasing them or, like, all the situations?
That's, like James said, that's the speedster problem. Like, the Silver Surfer had that problem in the X-Men movie. Flash has that problem in every single episode of The Flash. Have you ever watched that, Bowler?
No, but I've heard about it on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, it's so bad. I watched a recent episode I watched it to understand, like, what could be. I was like, it can't be that bad. It couldn't be. And it ended with 3 of these speedsters fighting each other with laser swords. They could just appear out of nowhere. And it looked like it looked like imagine if like 7-year-olds had sticks that they were fighting each other with. That was what the choreography looked like. It was not well done. It was rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those like speedster problems. But I do think I think that like they kind of solve their own problem that they set up later in the film, because I guess we could skip to this point. They keep running. Eggman finds them on the top of the tower.
Yeah.
And at one point, Sonic lost a quill as he was running, and Eggman's been using that quill to kind of like understand it, or understand like how he's so powerful, and he finds that it's got unlimited power, which lets him do whatever he wants with the quill. So they kind of like use that as a way to make him go as fast as Sonic later in the movie.
Yeah, so you can like match the speed. I was also coming to the same conclusion that like now that he has the quill, he can actually like keep up with Sonic a little bit and make him more like an actual fight. But I was still a little confused because there was not a little confused, but like it's like Sonic's he's still like a lot faster. I feel like at his peak, where like some of the scenes it's like why is he running from from Eggman when I think he could just destroy him basically, right? He's just so fast, but maybe not. Yeah, he could just, I don't know, do something.
No! Oh, The Boys came out today. I haven't watched yet. Shit. Oh,
the new season?
Yeah,
Season
it dropped today.
Wait, the whole season or just like the first episode?
That's a good question.
I watched season 2 a long time, maybe like a year ago. Yeah, same. I thought season 2 had some weird parts, but also I liked certain parts about season 2, so I don't know.
June 3rd dropped the first 3 episodes. June 10th drops the 4th episode. 17th is the 5th. 24th is the 6th. July 1st is the 7th, and the 8th is. Yeah. I guess we could talk about this real quick. I enjoyed The Boys because I'm watching it with a group of friends, like a friend group of mine. I really liked season 1. I think season 2 set up some good things. I think the ending was what struggled the most because it was just became like I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'm just gonna say it became like a blackmailing moment where they just kept blackmailing each other, and I'm like, at some point, one of you just killed each other, right? Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah.
We could talk about it off camera. I kind of have a stance on that, but I don't want to divert the conversation too much. Because we could talk about The Boys forever. I could. I think it's a great show around, but I won't pretend like there aren't any problems with it.
Yeah.
That'd be our first not in movie review. We'll really. That popped off. Thank you, everyone, by the way, who watched that. That was really great. All right, so we're at the fight scene at the end of the movie, right?
Yeah, I don't think in the lore is.
So that's funny. So, in the comics, he gets his speed from his shoes, and then he gets them from himself.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah. So there's a whole comic where like Eggman sets up like an Olympic-styled game, but Sonic's shoes go missing because Eggman stole them, and Sonic could no longer run fast. So they started to lose the Olympics because Sonic couldn't go fast. No, it was just a bunch of robots that Sonic had to face. It was a very contrived plot, but he was like, I don't have my shoes! And it's like, I distinctly remember them drawing Sonic's feet, and I felt very uncomfortable by seeing Sonic's feet.
Yeah.
Which they don't. Oh, I shouldn't have Googled that. Oh, God, why would I do that?
Wait,
no,
it's
no!
slightly off topic, but since we're talking about the Sonic movie, slightly off topic, what did you guys think of the original design when they showed off that original trailer? Because it had a lot of. There was a lot of backlash. Yeah.
Do you? I'm genuinely curious what would have happened if they like brought out another, like if this movie flopped like Morbius. Do you think that they would have re-released the bad version?
Just saying if the new version did bad.
Like, I don't know. Like,
I wonder how much was done with the old one. If the whole thing was...
They did the Snyder Cut. It's possible.
Yeah. I mean, the difference is... Oh, man. We'd have, like, a different Tails also, and Knuckles. That'd be so funny to see. Like, the... Like, ugly Knuckles and Tails.
Oh my god, I never even thought about that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That would have been terrible.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Fuck. Well, the worst part about it, as much as we're praising this movie for being, you know, decent and good,
Yeah.
the animation company that had to work to remake all those scenes went bankrupt. So that's why in the second movie, the animation is slightly different. Like, it's the same concept, but if you, like, compare screenshots from the first movie and the second movie of Sonic, you'll notice, like, slight differences. I think one of the big things is that his nose is smaller. And like his face is not as like filled out.
Yeah, I did. Actually, I kind of thought it looked. I kind of liked the way that it looked. Cause I liked how Tails and Knuckles felt like they fit the same style as Sonic, like to a T. It was so. They all looked like they were perfect. Like when all three of them were together. Oh, it was so good. I really liked the trio they had at the end.
Yeah, the last shot. Yeah, I can't really find a good comparison photo because when I look up design, it just shows the ugly redesign.
Yeah.
But if I don't know, James, do you have the movies up right now? You're using your eyes to stare. Like I said,
Yeah,
it could be just. It's probably just small things that are different.
Definitely.
I'm like looking at two right now where like the eyes look more rotund, I guess. It's less of like his fur transitions from the tan to blue. It's like there's a clear cutoff point. But just small little. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I like the first movie. I thought it was good.
Yeah. I was gonna say we wrap up the first movie and we can start talking about the second one because I think the second one has more.
It is longer. Yeah.
It is longer and has a few things I do want to talk about that I kind of annoyed me, but like nothing too major.
Sure. Definitely.
But yeah, I think so. The first one ends with Sonic beating the shit out of Eggman and like kicking him into Mushroom Hill. Or the Mushroom Planet as it's referred to.
The Mushroom Planet. They had talked. Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I don't want to go to the Mushroom Planet." And then it's like, "Oh, well, I guess I'll just send Eggman there."
Yeah, exactly. You could have done that from the start. Just send Earth to the Mushroom Planet. I don't know how big those rings. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how big the ring can get, but you know, that'd be pretty smart, and pretty cool. But yeah, he sends him there, and the payoff for Agent Stone at the end was very nice. Where like Eggman's like, "Oh no, I'm not crazy yet. I'm not insane. Isn't that right, Agent Stone?" And it's just a fucking rock.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
which is super fucking clever and good. And he's just like, haha, reconnaissance. It was very good.
Yeah.
And he just.
And then they teased Tails. That was cool.
Well, so that's
like
the other thing that in the post credits scene, I don't want to get on my case about sprite art. I know I used to do some of it back in the day, and I don't know, Buller. Do you know a lot about sprite work and stuff?
Not particularly, no.
Okay, I just want to point out, I think the sprite work at the end of the first movie is fucking god-awful. It is so poorly done.
In, like, the credits?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, everything's off model.
I think I skipped the credits and just went to the credits scene. I don't even remember.
That's fair, but, like, some of the shit's really off model. Sonic, it's how do I put it? It's not sprite art, but it's drawn to look like sprite art. And, like, nothing is correct. Mm-hmm. I'm, like, watching it right now, and, like, it just all feels, like, kind of off.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
It's like, there's, like, a lot of YouTube videos are, like, shorts done with sprite work. It reminds me of that.
It's like Dorkly, kind of.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it reminds me of.
Really poorly done Dorkly, which is kind of an insult in of itself, because Dorkly's not a very good sprite artist.
Yeah, well, it's also just the frequency, right? If you're just making so many uploads, like, it's gonna be less high quality.
Less consistent, less high quality. It's there's no passion in that sort of stuff for some reason. Yeah, so that's how the Sonic 2 movie ends. And then Sonic 3 starts with Eggman kind of like being stuck on...
Wait, you said Sonic 2 ends and then Sonic 3 starts. You meant how the original Sonic movie...
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, Sonic 3's not out yet.
Not yet. Sonic 1 ends and then Sonic 2 kind of picks up right where it left off with Eggman trying to get off the planet. I love... What was that? It's fine. I love the intro of it where... Like, you see, like, a weird, like, Rube Goldberg machine.
Oh, yeah, with the mushrooms.
And my favorite is when Sonic is running, like, the little Sonic figure that he had made is running from the boulder that has his, like, insignia on it. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not practical, but it's a very good sign of how fucking much he's been stuck here just, like, thinking about that fucking hedgehog. He's just, like...
And it's like his goal changes from, like, just, wanting to obtain Sonic's power to like kind of just wanting to like get revenge on Sonic for like trapping him there. Because like he doesn't really care about. Initially, he's like, you know, I just want to come back to Earth to kill Sonic. That's what he basically tells Knuckles. And it really just shows like he's basically gone very crazy. He's lost his sanity. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he's even made mention in in the movie, in the first one, where the only ever time he's been bullied is by his like high school bully, and he had to be feeding out of a test tube the rest of his life. And it's like, first of all, dude, that's fucked up. And second of all, if that's the only time you've been beaten, and then the next time you get beaten is by a country bumpkin and a blue alien, I think you're gonna lose it.
Yeah.
The amount of times Tom punches people in this movie kind of blows my mind. He's so quick to go to violence. It's ridiculous. Which is like unheard of usually from like the human psychic to the animal. Where like the human psychic's like, "Oh, I'm just stuck here. I don't know what to do." But then like in this one, Tom actively just beats the shit out of people.
Yeah. Yeah, so Sonic 2 starts out, they immediately introduced Knuckles and Tails basically right off the bat. I like that. They didn't really take too much time to like, you know, the first movie has a lot of setup and like a lot of like, human characters interacting. This one just like straight up right off the bat, it's like Knuckles, Tails, Sonic.
They kick the humans out.
Eggman. Yeah.
Which
I actually preferred. I don't know. I like the human characters. They're not bad in my opinion, but I way prefer the Sonic characters. They're just more interesting to me.
Well, so there is an important thing they kind of set up with the human characters in this movie, and that's in the opening after like Sonic fucks up well, doesn't fuck it up, but he stops a robbery from happening and then like dips away. Tom kind of takes him on a boat and like gives him some life advice, saying like you can't just force yourself to be a hero. And I think James brought this up earlier. Like, no one got injured, and Sonic was actively trying to de-escalate the situation while we were watching it, and you liked that. But
Yeah.
But then like the newspaper says like you kind of fucked up a city block, which yeah, it's not killing people, but it's still damage. It still causes problems. Like, it's one of those things you really don't think about when people destroy things in movies. Like, yeah, you think of the people, but you don't really think of the damages it causes for like the city to pay for.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I Mm-hmm. Like he has that super speed, like you mentioned earlier, Bowler. But I think it's a situation where he was panicking and didn't know what to do at the moment. So like it wouldn't have been his first thought to be like, oh, I could just stop time and just take all of them somewhere else. Like it was a situation of pure panic.
I do think that part of why it's more reasonable is because Sonic doesn't really he hasn't like mastered his power necessarily.
Yeah.
It's to the point where like he can basically beat anything. He's sort of more like in the moment decides what to do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's very impulsive.
Which makes sense because he's a kid.
Yeah, it is treated like a kid, like almost like a father-son relationship between Tom and Sonic for a lot of the movie.
I didn't expect, but I definitely like.
Yeah, I didn't expect that either, but it was interesting. He's sort of like their child almost.
Mm-hmm. Which I think. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, let's be.
Yeah, I do think. Yeah, it's like. Yeah, there's just a lot of things he could. Yeah, he could just like get rid of all the bombs instantly and like, stop all the cars. But yeah, I guess it's just like. I guess at that point it's just like it's hard to make the movie work, just because he's so fast.
The big thing, I think the big thing too is a lot of his powers are based off his emotions. Like as cliche and
true, they did do that, yeah.
Because like in the first movie, he only did that blast when he was at his emotional low point, when he was finally was like, oh, I'm gonna be alone forever on this fucking planet, and there's nothing else I can do. In this one, like he doesn't really have that moment. He's not like at his lowest point, it seems. He's like just trying to figure out how to control everything. I'm willing to write it off. I think it's better written than Doctor Strange's powers. I'll give it that. It's better than that, which isn't a high bar to set, but
yeah, that's fair.
We're not getting into that. We've already talked about this. We're not getting into that.
Oh yeah. I actually haven't seen Doctor Strange the original movie or the sequel, but I've seen Infinity War. Yeah. I know he has like a thing where it's like a time loop or something, where he can like.
He can loop time. Yeah, he can loop time forever with the time stone. But even without the time stone, his powers are like unexplained.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Sonic was running outside my apartment. No, it's just some guy just fucking speeding through my apartment complex. It's fine. Sorry about that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like cloning and making like visions and literally redoing spells of memory and erasing everyone's mind. It's a whole thing. We're not getting into it. Point being is that I think there is some level of consistency, but you also have to at some point suspend your disbelief, which is hard for critics to do. I know it's hard for us to do sometimes, but
Yeah. True. It's like a cooldown where it's like all of his energy. That'd be a good mechanic, but
yeah. You have some good, yeah.
yeah, like not a very unreasonable.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. That's a weird thing we could talk about when that brain comes up, because it's like he looks like he's getting tired, but he isn't. He like the next scene he's back to his normal speed. It's a very weird scene because I don't. Mm-hmm. In the first movie.
Yeah.
I think a better example of that would be the first Iron Man, where he like is testing out the suit and then discovers that he can only go so high, and when he fights in the final end of the movie, he has to like once again, like you said, make himself vulnerable so the other person can't catch up to him. I think that's another great example. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It is good because Sonic, like, if you don't have any like vulnerability, you're just like a super OP. Like Sonic just feel like he cannot be beaten if he's actually doing his full power.
But the thing, like, yeah, I agree, but then there's that thing of like, it's like a Shazam situation. Just because you have all this power, you're still a kid. You're still going to behave like one. Like you don't know your full extent yet.
And you can also do overpowered heroes and have it be interesting. It just has to be done, well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like not, yeah.
I guess we could go back to this. The boys, Homelander.
Yeah, true.
Oh yeah, that's even better. One Punch is even
One
better.
Punch Man. Yeah, I love. Yeah, that's a great one.
It's so good.
But also, it's like in Sonic they like make it more like about the stakes and like how the fights could like go either way. But in One Punch Man, it's always obvious that, or it's not necessarily obvious, but it's more like not focused on whether or not Saitama's going to win or not, because it's usually pretty clear.
That's the thing about like action anime like that. I think it's more interesting when instead of it being about the fights, it's about the characters, and the fights only happen because there is a character clash. It shouldn't just always be fight scene with a little bit of like plot mixed in some places.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball is like a great example of like that, doing it horribly. It's just like, oh, we're just gonna have a bunch of fight scenes. Oh, I don't feel strong enough. Oh, I'm powerful now. Pa 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 pa.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's the Sonic one. Sonic 2 at least does a good job of keeping the pace up, because almost immediately after the humans leave, as soon as the humans leave, like the plot hits, like you said earlier, Bowler. Like Tails gets there, Knuckles gets there, Eggman gets there, their house gets fucking totaled.
Mm-hmm.
Almost immediately, Tails like, "Hey, I'm your friend. Just come with me." It's just like someone's like, "I don't have time to argue this. What the hell is happening?" And it's perfect. It just throws us in there, and we're just as confused as Sonic. It's perfect.
Oh yeah, it was good.
The only voice actor from the video games is Tails' voice actor.
Oh, I didn't even notice that, but honestly, yeah.
She.
Yeah, compared to like the
Colleen Colleen O'Shaughnessy is the voice actor for Tails since I want to say Adventure. Let me see. They're just going to have. Oh, she's in Boruto. That's pretty cool. Yeah, they're not going to have her IMDb for video game stuff in here. Oh, she's in Danny Phantom too. That's pretty cool. Point being, were you any of you focused on when like the movie was coming out? There was a big controversy with the posters where they did not have Tails' voice actress on the poster, and people got really pissed off because like, this is fucked up. She's an actual voice actor. She should be on the poster with the same names. And Sega heard people, and they came out with a new poster with her name up top, and they used that poster ever since. They didn't just like slap her name on once and then never use it again. They like updated it to make it that poster, and that was
awesome.
That's the big thing I want to point out. They were doing a fantastic job of keeping people like appeased with the Sonic 2 release.
True, they have been listening, to the fans. I do like that.
Which is very interesting and unique, as bad as it might sound. Like, if a fan asks for something, if not just one fan, but if fans ask for something, that the studio is willing to make the changes to have those things happen. I don't want to say it yet, but I'm going to. If the Mario movie trailer came out and people were like, we don't like the animation style, they're not going to change it. They won't change it. They will. Yeah. It'll be one of those situations where no matter what you do, that's just how it's going to look. And as much as I say, Nintendo is not very good at listening to its fans.
True.
No,
that's big facts, bro.
You and I both have been abused too many times.
Yeah, they want the bag, bro. They need the money.
I
I feel like, I don't know about y'all, but I really, really, really was sad with the news Pokemon game because I feel like they really just didn't care about what the fans thought.
But no, Sword and Shield or Violet and Scarlet?
I think Violet and Scarlet's fine, but Sword and Shield I was really disappointed with.
I was.
I feel like they just didn't care.
The problem is, if I ever voice my opinions about Pokemon to my friends, they're immediately like, "Oh, you just don't get it. You just don't understand. You don't get Pokemon."
Yeah.
Like, I've tried several times to understand this franchise. I don't get it. I don't understand how people like it.
Yeah, I was just so sad.
It's
just because there were some cool things with the game, but it's just like they just did the bare minimum to make the money that Pokemon games make. So
to give you an idea, James, there is an open world aspect to the game, but you will walk 2 feet, and where an area will be sunny, it will now suddenly be a downpour, and it's in one area. It's not like a big open world. The weather just changes in this one location. And I don't know if there's a lore reason. I didn't pay attention to the dialogue because it was boring. But
yeah, that is a problem with Pokemon games in general. Like, not even that. That's like the old ones too. Like, you gotta
go ahead.
There's some good lore, but there's just some bad lore.
No. Yeah. To give you another idea, whenever they need to show like an action happening, they cut to black, add a sound effect, and then the next scene is the same exact scene, but with one thing changed. Like, they do implied action. It is the highest grossing, like, yeah, it's so bad. Hold on. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, but it's just like Pokemon has so much potential to make like an amazing game. They have everything they need, but they just
Mystery Dungeons are one of like the greatest experiences I've had in a Pokemon game, and it's like, how do you even like let that happen? How do you not continue trying to make more Pokemon dungeons like that?
Yeah.
It's enough of a new unique experience to like have something. We're off topic again, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's very easy to.
What were we on? Where were we at in the? Oh, right, they're introducing the voice actors and stuff. Yeah, the way that Sega has been handling criticism is very good.
Yeah.
And like it, I did. I loved the little stuff they did in this movie to like add on to more Sonic references and lore and stuff. I keep feeling bad saying references because I complained about that last week about how much references suck. But it's one of those situations where it's references for me. That means it's good.
Yeah.
And I can see how it works. Yeah. I will say, so speaking of story, like Sonic and Tails escape Knuckles and Eggman, and like all of a sudden the map that Sonic had in the first movie becomes a MacGuffin that suddenly explains the plot of the second one.
It was random when it just started turning blue and like the
Yeah.
ghosts of that just I don't know why that happened. That just happened.
It felt like I like blacked out in the theater and then I woke up and I missed like a 30-second scene of something happening.
Yeah, that was just like a random plot moment. But I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of how the whole movie like shines. Like the plot itself, it's just like go to this point A, go to point B, do this, do this.
Mm-hmm.
That's not like the good part, but like the good part's like the small like moments between the characters. I think and like the small parts of the scenes,
Absolutely,
which are just amazing. Like, there's so many great like. I actually think now obviously there are some jokes that aren't very good, but I thought there were some very funny parts, and a lot of the humor I did think hit for me at least.
I really like Tails' gaslighting throughout the movie. I really enjoyed that. There's a lot of moments where Sonic will ask Tails a question and he will indirectly like move the topic along. And it was very funny how quickly he would just go like, haha, that's a trick question. You take baths. Like,
oh yeah,
you've been watching, you're still
that
watching
was funny.
Sonic?
Yeah, that
did?
was funny.
What
Yeah.
the fuck are you saying?
No, I love Tails and Knuckles. I thought they were both so good.
Oh yeah,
Knuckles has a lot of funny moments where he's just like very serious, but I like the part with the sand. It's just it's so funny.
Well, I was
Sonic
gonna say
does
even
that.
better than that. A great example of Idris Elba killing it as Knuckles is like warrior pride sort of character. Where Eggman, so after that scene, like we cut to Eggman driving on a lawnmower, which I think is fucking just so. I think even James brought up like he could have gotten there faster by walking, but he decided to do the lawnmower. Knuckles is like on the side of the cliff. And he's like trying to destroy Eggman's machines. Like, I could destroy all of these with my bare fists. I could do it. Oh, you're making me stairs. Like that.
Yeah, that was
that
funny.
line delivery is very good. But then we get the moment of Eggman flossing.
Oh yeah, that was honestly like in an ironic way. I kind of liked it. I thought it was good because they did it in the first movie, so like you gotta bring it back.
James, you brought this up too. The Sonic is always one step ahead of Eggman, and this. It's really deep philosophical. He's always a little bit behind. But the way, like the way that like it kind of does resemble the Sonic 3. So that's the weird thing. So it's trying to be Sonic 2 and 3 at the same time, with like establishing things. With Knuckles being the main antagonist of the third game, and Knuckles, I guess technically. Where he gets tricked by Eggman into thinking that Sonic's coming to his island to get the Master Emerald. Which they kind of reworked it to fit better with the story. Which I kind of like. They established that like Eggman's like, okay, here's the thing. I know how to kill Sonic, alright? I need you to kill Sonic, and I can help you get to your cool-ass Emerald. And it's one of those things where like I said, it shows off like the the himbo-ness of Knuckles. Like, he's strong,
Yeah.
but he isn't fully aware.
Yeah,
of
he's not very
custom
aware
stuff.
of what's happening. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Which I definitely I like that a lot more than like as Knuckles has like grown as a character in the games, where he's become less of a himbo and become more of just like angry.
He's just the muscle guy.
Yeah, he's just the muscle guy.
He's like, all right, just punch him, and yeah.
His little
Although-
redesign in Boom was just him, but was Knuckles but taller. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. No, he was great.
I still liked him. He was a feminist in that show.
There was some funny. That show has a lot of funny parts. Actually, I've never
Yeah.
watched the show, but I've seen clips, and there's some funny.
There's
scenes.
some very good clips. Like, my favorite one was when Sonic was saying Roger, like he was fine. He's like, Roger that. And then Knuckles like, who's that? And then Roger Smith, the voice of Sonic, says, that's me, in his normal voice, which is super fucking clever and good.
Huh, that is funny.
But yeah, every actor does very good at their acting or their voice lines and whatnot. Even Ben Schwartz, like, I was worried like they wouldn't have the original actor, but Ben does such like a good like kid Sonic voice that it worked really well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nope, there's one you don't like. Yeah. Which would be... Would you like to take this part of the movie, James?
True. Yeah.
Yeah, this is so... What is it? Tom and his girlfriend... I should probably actually give her a name. Maddie, that's it. Tom and Maddie are going to Rachel's wedding in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy to say my favorite scene in this movie is when a bunch of shirtless dudes flex on screen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's so like... They yeah, there's like a Top Gun volleyball scene in this movie where like Tom's just getting like a literal ball thrown at his face over and over and over again. It's very funny, but like it kind of sets up the fact that Tom has a ring to go back to the house when they're all done at the wedding.
Yeah.
But he fucks up and switches the ring with the ring bearer, which I try not to spoil but it's because it's such a good moment you don't realize it's gonna happen until it happens. You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
It like breaks out into this whole thing. At this point, Sonic and Tails are in Siberia. We can skip past the fucking dance scene because it's
Oh, the dance battle.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's fun. And it's also sweet because that's the moment like Tails and Sonic kind of finally like connect with each other.
Yeah.
And there's that scene. Yeah, there's the scene where like they're laying with each other in front of the fireplace, and Tails puts his tails out to cover Sonic. And like genuinely, I remember the theaters, everyone going aw, because it was such a sweet and cute moment for the characters.
Mm-hmm.
It was. It's super cute. It's very cute. Like Tails might be super smart and have all these inventions, but he's still like clearly like unaware of not social cues, I guess, but like friends and stuff, I guess. It's hard to explain, but it's very sweet that like Sonic and Mewtwo is like, oh yeah, you're cool, even though you've been literally stalking me for nearly a year. It's sweet. How sweet.
Yeah. That was great.
It's like, oh no, it's like Bella and the vampire dude. Oh no! How did I not think of that? Oh no! I just watched Twilight last night, and I'm thinking now, like, how Tails and Sonic are better established as friends than those two are as lovers. It's fuck. Yeah, so they go to a location. They find a compass to the Master Emerald, and this is when Sonic has to like quickly get out of there because Tails is knocked out and he's trying to save Tails. And that's when we like have the reveal of the coin being not the right coin. And he just, once again, Tom just decides the best thing to do in the situation is just punch a guy whose jawline looks sharp enough to like cut steel. He's just
Yeah.
Well, he was in Criminal Minds and like a bunch of other like TV like cop shows. So it's funny that like the big reveal is that he's part of a undercover. Yeah, he's a cop again. He's an undercover cop set to arrest Sonic, which once again, that was a great reveal. I did not expect him to have gun in the movie.
Yeah.
Do you know? No. No. Did you not hear what he said? The organization's called Gun, which is in Sonic 2, I want to say. That started in Sonic 2 and then became like a bigger thing as time went on. Like Gun became like a established thing in the Sonic lore. Which it's okay. It's fine. That's kind of how they get introduced Rogue into the whole plot things.
Yeah.
Which
is also like speaking of like future plot things. Well, not Dump the Gun, but the ending the teaser thing is really hype. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah. We could talk about that when we get there because it was such a good reveal.
Yeah.
But yeah, it turns out that the guy didn't actually want to marry. Well, he did, but he was sent to trick her so they can get Sonic, which feels really complicated. Like, you had to get a wedding, invite them, and then know that they wouldn't bring Sonic. Why did you not just capture Sonic while they were at the wedding? Sonic was home. That's the thing. They knew Sonic was home. I don't... That is true, actually. That's fair enough. To the other side of the world. That would have been that'd been so nice. That would have been a fun little thing they could have added, like maybe they raise their suspicion, like something's up, something's not right here. But then we wouldn't have got the shirtless men flexing. So take what you can get. I think it was. No, of course not. No, we can't. That's the best scene in the movie. Shut up.
It was good.
The minister, yeah. That's right. Which is such a...
Yeah.
What... And then the follow-up line where she's trying to throw her own daughter under the bus, like, is my daughter an agent? Like, you just hate your daughter. That would have been a crazy twist. That would have been an excellent twist. She just, like, pulls out of her basket a taser. That would have been great. But yeah, then they have like a whole scene with the humans where the two women are trying to like break in to save Tails and Sonic and Tom to an extent. Now here's the thing, James, you mentioned to me that in the first movie you really liked the human stuff. Did you still like it in this movie, or did you prefer the Sonic stuff?
Oh yeah, it's more on the side.
Interesting. Well, because I was going to ask you, because I was thinking, like, this is, like, the big thing I wanted to ask was, because you weren't as big of a Sonic fan, I assume then that people who don't really understand Sonic or know Sonic would be more interested in the human stuff. So would you say you preferred the first one more than the second? Okay.
Really? For me, I think I like the second movie better. But they're both really good. I
also do as well, but I think this just boils down to where you stand on Sonic as a whole. I'm not saying, like... I hate to do this to you, James. I hate to do this to you, bud. But if you were a normie walking in to see this movie with your kids, you would be like, oh, man, I like the human stuff a lot more. This is what I like to see, because I know this. I know what humans do. I get this. I can understand humans.
Yeah, maybe. I could see that. I think it's interesting. The first movie is really good. Mm-hmm. But I love Knuckles and Tails so much, so I like the second movie.
Yeah,
I feel like they were just good additions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think it does. I think it does pay off at the end. At the end scene where he kind of like is at his lowest point. But it's also one of those things too that like Knuckles doesn't understand this human world. So he doesn't want to like intrude on their customs, because he's clearly like a very like he understands customs. He doesn't want to interfere with other people's worlds, but so that makes him easier to trick. And even Eggman brings up, he's just like, this space porcupine is so fucking stupid. We can tell him anything, he'll probably believe it. Which is such an it makes sense for both these characters. It's not just like out of left field where like Knuckles just goes like, wait a minute, you tricked me. He does that, but it's at a point where it's too late for him to realize that he's been lied to. And we've kind of moved past this, but at several points in the movie, Sonic and Knuckles have kind of had like time to talk about things, and they both realized that they both kind of got fucked on that day where Longclaw died. Which, by the way, leads back to Ken Penders. He is trying to sue Paramount right now because they made Knuckles' father. They didn't name him or anything. They just added his father into the movie. And I don't know if you folks know anything about Ken Penders, but he thinks he owns half of the Sonic lore of the comics. Specifically, Knuckles' family. Which, if you look at the family tree, it's implied that there's some incestuous behavior that he decided that should be allowed. Yeah, Ken is he's a weird guy. He's very strange, and he's tried several times to sue Sega and fails every time.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't think I actually haven't looked into it. I should have looked into it, but I kind of got called to a sleepover last night, and I kind of got excited and forgot to look into it. But I don't think the lawsuit went anywhere.
Interesting.
But I'll take a look-see. Oh, he just wants to. He hasn't actually done it yet. He just wants to. So he probably won't actually do it. The closest I have right now is a Reddit post said Penders is really gonna try. Really gonna try. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. Shut up. Yeah. His only rebuttal is people should pay me for using my work. Is that so unfair? He didn't create the concept of fathers.
Yeah, true. The idea of him having parents at all.
He's just a BioShock villain. Oh my god. Oh, that would be a great movie. I think that would be a great horror movie. They try to adapt that. Really? News. Well, there is apparently one coming to Netflix, so I've lost all faith in this project now. I've lost all faith. When they canceled
Yeah.
Bone, I got so upset. When Netflix canceled the Bone animated series, I got so upset.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. What?
Wait.
Wait. Hold on. What the fuck you on about?
That's interesting. Just Dance movie.
Directed by Will Gluck. Who the hell's Will Gluck? Let's see what Will Gluck's made. All right, nothing good. Great. Interesting. He made the Michael J. Fox show, which lasted for 1 year. Ooh. The only
Same.
movie that I know that's coming out is the Minecraft movie has been announced.
Wait, is that still coming out? I thought that might have been
yeah,
canceled.
Jason Momoa is acting in it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
What's weird is that short-haired Jason Momoa kind of looks like Minecraft Steve. I'm not even. Hold on. Sorry, Future Cole, but you're gonna have to post this. You're gonna have to post this photo. Like, hold on. Like, look at him. Look at him. He kind of has the square, blocky look to his face. That's, like, I don't know. Maybe that. Fuck. Yeah. Like that short. I think it's doable.
Yeah, honestly, I can see it.
It's gonna be so bad, but I'm gonna be so excited. I hope Amber Heard shows up. But no, I think this does bring a good point though. That list you mentioned, from what I remember you saying, most of those movies are like story based, and every time they try to do a story based like adaptation of a movie, it just doesn't work because they try to go away from the story, which is what people play those games for. Like Silent Hill is a great example where like you play those games not just to be scared, but for like the concept of being stuck in a place inside your own mind and how the story kind of affects that. Like, no one's playing that game currently because of like the really well done combat. That's not like that's the opposite of why you play that game. That game's combat is clunky as fuck. You play it for the story. Mm-hmm. Right.
Oh, that'd be so sick.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's a lot there. and plus the concept of like what is being human, like not to spoil, I guess spoilers for Soma. The concept of yeah, it's great. The concept of like what is human is very interesting, but I feel like it's been done before in movies. Not saying you can't do it again, but I'm saying it'd be interesting to see how you would do such a topic, because I think like I always forget the fucking name of this movie, as I do with most movies. Blade Runner. Blade Runner has that as like a main plot point of like, what does it mean to truly be human? But I think that movie or Soma could be so much different, and it tells that story, that tells that idea in such a different way. Like if humanity is all gone, what is humanity?
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. What we're saying is that we want a underwater horror movie, because I think that's a cool concept into itself.
Honestly, it is.
I have not. What is that? Okay, I'll add it to the list for us to watch. But yeah, we could, if we want, we can skip to ahead to the end, like where everything kind of wraps up. I want to mention that there's so far the two main areas they explored was the snow area where like he's snowboarding, and then a underwater ruin, which the first one was based off Snowcap, I guess would be like the classic example. Snowcap Zone from the third game, and then Aquatic Ruins from the first game. And there's a scene where like Sonic is running through and trying to like get to the ruins, and he's flailing his arms about, and I really like, this is for me another reference that I really like. That's one of those subtle ones where it's like Sonic, it's like that's what he does in the spray animation when he's doing that. He's struggling to like deal with the water as he's being pulled down with it. Yeah, Eggman, and Knuckles are trying to like get to the Master Emerald, and we have a really well done fight scene between Sonic and Knuckles, which I think was done perfectly fine. I think it was
Yeah,
good.
it was good. I liked it.
It's weird because so the problem with Sonic and his friends is that they all become as fast as him, even in the games at points, but like it's hard to make him say he's the fastest thing alive when Knuckles can keep up with him, even though his thing is being like
being
more
strong.
powerful. Yeah, being strong. Like they all have their strengths, and it's weird that they all are fast.
Yeah.
So, in the context of in the context of the games, the rate of speed for like the main three goes Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Sonic is much more like, how to put it, like horizontally fast, if that makes sense. Like his thing is just going forward as quickly as possible. Tails is much more horizontal and like that. No, I did that the wrong way. It's the other way around. Sorry, I was getting this. Yeah, he's going up. His whole thing is how high he can go into the air, while Knuckles is more about like scaling walls and gliding and more exploration. That's like his whole thing. But it's hard to, because I even pointed this out to you. He never glides in this movie. Knuckles never like has a moment where he's gliding. He's always just like hanging on to something or like just punching things, which is I get it. You really can't make him gliding make sense in the universe. But you could have just done the same thing you did with Tails, and just be like, just don't think about it. Because... No. So, canonically, and this will piss you off, I bet, the reason he flies is because his dreadlocks catches air that lets him fly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
It would have looked very goofy. Well, not as goofy as in the original Sonic movie, where his gliding was just him flying. Like, he just flew. Which makes less sense, because he doesn't fly, he glides. But that movie's another can of worms that we can open up another time. Needless to say, they all, like... Knuckles has the realization that he was tricked. Eggman becomes emo and, like, grabs the emerald. And when Knuckles realizes he's been tricked, Sonic gives that, like, life lesson that he learned at the beginning, which is a sweet moment. It was very genuine and sweet. And kind of makes Knuckles realize his, like, foolish mistake. And like I said earlier, this was, like, the moment where Knuckles kind of realizes that he fucked up. That, like, he should have caught on sooner that Eggman was, like, a lying piece of shit. Especially when he literally abandons Agent Stone early on, and Knuckles like, what the fuck? Why are you doing that? That's fucked up. But yeah, it's well established that, like, Knuckles is at this point, like, at his lowest, and Sonic helps him, and they go defeat the boss from Sonic 2. That was Sonic 2's final boss, right? The Death Egg?
I don't know enough about Sonic
God
games
damn it.
themselves.
I have to do all this fucking Sonic lore here.
Sorry.
Yeah, it is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It is Sonic 2. The Death Egg is, like, repeated throughout the franchise, but it made its debut in Sonic 2. Which is also the same place where Super Sonic first appeared. Yeah, it's a bit of a popular. It's been reused. It's like the equivalent of like the Bowser, like Giga Bowser. It's like the equivalent of that. And I say that now, I can't find any more photos of him in other games. Cool. Oh, he's in Mania. He's the Green Hill Act 2 boss. From Green Hill Zone, where, like, he's stepping forward and Sonic has to run from him. I was more directing that towards Bowler.
Wait, you gotta repeat that?
He was the Sonic Mania boss. Green Hill Zone.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's in post. Oh, there it is.
Sonic Mania is such a good game.
So
I love that game.
James, if I were to recommend a Sonic game to play, it would be Mania.
Yeah, Sonic Mania is great.
Is it wrong for it's for the Switch and all the new consoles? It's like $20. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like a new version of, like, the old style. That makes sense.
GameCube. That's
Heroes, right? Sonic Heroes, isn't that on the GameCube?
Or you can just do the Mega Collection. The Mega Collection is just a ROM of all the old Sonic games for the GameCube.
Yeah.
I want to give a bit of a hot take here. I don't like any of the 3D Sonic games. I don't think any of them are good, except Colors, but even then, it was 2D most of the time. Like, I don't know. I don't think Sonic works in 3D very well. But that's just... Well, they're trying. I mean, Sonic Frontiers, as rough as it looks, it looks like it does have potential to be good 3D. Have you been keeping up with that, Bowler?
Not really. No.
The footage.
I think I saw the initial reveal.
Yeah,
like a while back.
IGN has been posting, like, clips of the game, It's looking, ooh boy, oh. Anyways, back to the movie. Yeah, so they defeat the big bad robot, and like it's heavily implied. Well, sorry, Sonic goes supersonic, and then beats the robot. And there's like we've said, a lot of good character moments, very sweet, genuine, yada yada yada. But Sonic goes supersonic after he gets the 7 Chaos Emeralds, which was established earlier, which is not how it works, but it's fine. They need an excuse to get here. It's fine. I'm not annoyed by it. Why would I be? No. He defeats Eggman, and this is kind of like a weird thing where at the end credits scene, they mention they can't find Eggman's body. And this is only really in the movie because Jim Carrey has said this might be his final movie. He was saying that he's might take a break from acting. He isn't having fun with his roles anymore, apparently, which is very strange because he seemed like he was having fun with this movie. Yeah.
How old is he?
Jim Carrey? Let me see.
60. He's 6 years old.
Yeah, which is very sweet.
Yeah, he's getting pretty old. He's 60.
Damn, he looks good for him and who else was it? Well, Johnny Depp looks good, but no, we did like 3 movies on him recently. We watched a movie where his leg got caught into Willem Dafoe. Yeah, I'm not gonna finish that sentence. Yeah, Willem Dafoe is also like 58 or something.
Oh wow.
Sorry, mistaken. 66. He's 66. Yeah. They're getting up there in years, but it left it ambiguous. But I don't think he's going to return. I really think, and I guess this is for you, Shadow, the Shadow reveal. You want to go off on this? Bowler, would you like to? You want to talk about it earlier? I know.
Talk about the ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, they revealed that Shadow, it's like a possible Sonic 3 main antagonist, which is going to be hype as hell. I love Shadow. I think he's pretty sick. Depends how they do him, honestly, but I don't know. It's sick. I like Shadow a lot. He's cool.
I read a fun idea they had where they're like, early in the movie, Sonic's going to try to do what he did with Knuckles, where he's going to like appeal to his more, I guess, human side. Like, hey, I get it. The world sucks, but sometimes you just got to keep moving forward. But his philosophy of like that won't work against someone who had everything taken from him. Him having Maria, who's Eggman's daughter, or no?
Well, do you think they're gonna do it the same way as the actual story, like a different origin story for Shadow?
So that's the thing. They've made it pretty consistent. Like they're trying to make it consistent. But I feel like changing Shadow's whole backstory when that's his main thing is going to be difficult, and I don't think it will go well for fans. Like, I think. So, to give context, Maria was like Robot, not Ivo Robotnik, but like Gerald Robotnik, who is like Dr. Eggman's grandfather. His daughter had a disease that wasn't curable, and so he created Shadow to help like figure out a cure. But Gunn was like, "Oh no, you can't have that be around here. You gotta kill that thing because it could kill us." It like they attacked first. They killed Maria and then hid Shadow away, and it was literally like Shadow is pissed off that they killed his only friend and confidant, and it's hard to reason with someone who's been locked up for so long and be like, no, it's fine, don't worry about it. Like, he got fucked over. So it'd be weird to see what they do. The other thing too, And I don't know if anyone noticed this, but when they had they like have the Master Emerald inside a cooler with the words Chaos Water as the water bottles. So I'm kind of hoping they add chaos into this movie. He is like the main antagonist of Sonic Adventure 1, where he's like a puddle of water that like can morph itself, and as it gets more and more of the emeralds, it becomes bigger and larger and more evil.
Yeah.
And he's a really cool antagonist. Just visually, I mean, he's interesting. But it'd be interesting. It'd be weird if like they do both of those villains. It might just be Shadow, but I guess the answer to your question is like I don't think they'll change Shadow's story. I think that's the only way they could make it interesting without it ending the same way as this movie ended.
Yeah, they'll probably make some changes definitely though, like
Agreed.
some modern adaptations to it.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I'm very, very excited for a third Sonic movie.
Well,
is it like 100% confirmed or just like most likely?
Yeah, it's confirmed. It's confirmed.
Okay.
Because they've even made like teased the logo, which it's a logo, but well, that's not the right one. Yeah, here it is. The logo is literally just like the same as the other ones, but it's a red 3. That's it.
Oh, that's cool.
It's
the shadow color.
It is the shadow color.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I remember seeing someone making an edit of this where they added like 2 little red dots, so it's like it's like this face.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty good. But with that, is there any other closing thoughts or anything you want to say about the film we missed?
No, I think we covered a lot about the films. Both very good. I think I liked them.
I'm double checking. I mean, they were 50 miles away. It was a big laser. It was a big-ass laser that shot out in the sky. It's in the ocean. So it's going to be even farther from in the ocean. James, I think you're just nitpicking. James. I'll be honest with you. You're being ridiculous, dude. You're being a silly little goober. I do appreciate both of you letting me indulge my unhealthy obsession with a small blue man from the 90s. Agreed.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hedgehog, you're right. How foolish of me. I guess we forgot to rate the first one when we did the first one, but we could I kind of save it here. I guess I'll rate. No, we'll just rate both of them. We'll just do both of them. We'll do it combined. That'll throw people off even more. I rate Sonic 1 and 2 5 contrivances out of 7.
Wait, what'd you say?
5 contrivances. There's a few contrivances. I think there's a few. But they could have been 7, which is not as good. Five's good. Five's a good score. Maybe. That's for them to find out. That's for the audience to figure out. Exactly.
So as a series or each movie individually? Bro, I don't even know. I gotta come up with a rating.
Yeah. You can make it up. It doesn't actually matter. That's the fun gimmick of this podcast. It doesn't actually mean anything.
I'll give it 1.5 thumbs up.
Oh, out of how many thumbs?
That's up to interpretation.
Good. No, that was.
I heard that too.
Oh,
okay.
that was from you.
No, it wasn't. I heard that
Yeah,
too.
I heard the beeping and the screen lit up with yours.
Wait, really? I heard it.
It did it? Oh, let me go check. I'll check if my house is on fire. I'll be right back.
Well, I thought I heard it too from
You
Coles,
wrap
but I
the
don't know.
episode up. I'll be right back. You can wrap it up, James. I believe in you. James, you can wrap it up.
Yeah. All right. So, what do you think? Oh yeah, it was fire. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh, I don't. I think it's just like a lot of the critics probably don't care much for Sonic as a series or as a franchise. And if you know Sonic, or maybe are a bit more, I guess, less, more forgiving because it's a Sonic movie and a video game movie, you'll enjoy it more. Where critics are more likely to be more harsh about, issues with the plot or, things that in a normal movie are big issues. But I think if you, come into it expecting a lighthearted Sonic movie and you like Sonic, it's an amazing movie. It really is. And that's probably why the critics, give it more of a harsh take.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, we're on fire, but it's okay. What's up? What did I miss?
We're just talking about the critic scores versus the audience scores.
Oh! Yeah. I do know why. I thank you for bringing that up. I actually do. So critics got some like early screenings for the movie, and one of the biggest complaints they had, and this is why I asked you about the human stuff, was because there wasn't enough human stuff in the movie, and Sonic took too much time up. I'm not kidding you. Some reviews were literally saying that, and people were like, yeah, that's why we're going to see the Sonic movie. It's also weird because I think we talked about this too with Jim Carrey. Everyone says Jim Carrey did a great job, and I'm not saying that Jim Carrey is the one who took things over. It's that like people were focusing on the human stuff still rather than the actor for Sonic or the actress for Tails and stuff like that. They're always like, well, there's one good human, so we could talk about him, I guess. I'm not saying he didn't do a bad job. I'm just saying people seem to only latch onto him. No, I'm saying like outside of Jim Carrey's Gleeful Maniac, Dr. Robotnik, however the film struggles to find a purpose for its human supporting cast. Like, I think what they did with them was fine. They had to get rid of them to have the Sonic stuff happen. And I think that's weird that people are upset by that. Like, what did you expect from a movie about Sonic? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we don't have rights. This is why we don't deserve right, James. We don't deserve them. Yeah, you're right. We're good. We're the best ones. Yeah, these reviews are just rough. These the bad ones. One of them is the only thing faster than Sonic, Sega Super Sonic Hedgehog, is how fast you may forget the sequel. What? I struggled to remember the first one, but the second one I distinctly remember most of the scenes. What are you on about?
Yeah, no, they're good movies though. Yeah.
Well, Bowler, I will say thank you so much for coming on this journey with us.
Yeah, no problem. It was a good podcast, good discussion of the movies.
Great. I greatly appreciate hearing that.
Yeah, it was fun.
Is there anything you want to add before we wrap up? Anything you want to shout out?
Play Framemakers when it comes out.
Oh, it's gonna be so cool! I'm so excited for that.
There's a announcement for tomorrow.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, they're gonna reveal a new assist, and I think they're gonna announce when the tester build is going live. But I don't know. We'll see.
Oh yeah, you're in on that. You know that. Oh, have I not told you about Framemakers, James?
Oh, it's a very cool game. It's like Smash Bros, but for indie games. It's gonna be really sick.
Mm-hmm. They have Octodad, the Watcher from Slay the Spire.
Slay the Spire. Yeah, they got characters from Rivals of Aether, if you know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
And the thing that I'm super excited for the most, honestly, is the jazz soundtrack that they're going to add in.
Oh yeah, it's fire.
Yeah, I love a good musical track, and they're just remixing a bunch of old music tracks.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Tester build is July/June, and early access starts in August.
Yeah, we get it. You got the tester build. We get it, Bowler. You're cool.
No. Well, I do, but
I don't mean to brag or anything, but
no. I don't have it right now. I'll have it when testing starts in June, June to July.
And you'll slide me a copy, right? You'll slide me a copy.
Right? Honestly, if they have,
right? Yeah.
I mean, they have local play, then I could do Parsec, honestly. But
ooh, dude, I'd be down. I fucking hyped as hell for that game.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm still hoping they put Isaac in. I think Isaac would be a perfect fit.
Yeah, he'd be cool.
What's up? Yeah, he's an
assist.
The assists are like smash attacks sort of things where or final smashes where you get them after you deal enough damage and stuff. It's a cool concept. It's like meter in fighting games. Are you watching the trailer right now? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks well made. Beautiful. You hear that, MacLeod? Come on, hire me, please. Please, I've played so many of your games. Hire this man. Yeah, but thank you so much for coming on.
Yep, no problem.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel too, because I would like that. I'm making more content again. And I hope to see you all very soon. Bye-bye now.
See ya.